Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake up, wake up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Ho. Hey. Wake up, wake up. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Friday, June 6th. This is Wake Up in Provincetown.
Hello, everyone. Our hearts go out to Harry, who woke up today not feeling well, so you get me instead. I'm Mark.
I'm Bob.
Welcome to Wake Up. We got a big show today.
We do have a big show, so we better jump right into it. Wait, are you just finally back from Hawaii?
I just got back from Hawaii Monday.
How was it?
It was a fantastic trip. I went for work. I wasn't on vacation. And I went back to do the job I used to do for years, which was events, flowers and stuff. And I went to work for a woman that I used to work with. And her company is called Lost Girls. And it was a group of women supporting each other while working together and being very, very, very much like lifting each other up.
Women are good at that.
Well, no, but not if they're pitted against each other. When I used to work there, I worked for a company that literally would get out to get what they wanted out of employees, would pit the women against each other. They'd be like, it was a lot of that. So going into this environment with this woman that I respect and have worked very hard with, and just seeing like the total difference was a fantastic experience. They've invited me back. I'll be happy to go.
When are you going back?
Whenever they want me to, but not obviously in the middle of summer.
Now, when you say it was for work and not vacation, does that mean you didn't have any fun?
No, I did. I got to see some friends. A friend I stayed with was doing the AIDS ride, so he let me stay with him. And I Pal, yeah.
I met Pal.
Oh, that's right. I hooked you up with Pal as a tour guide. Yeah. So, and I did do a couple things with Pal. We went hiking. He's a big, like, let's go jump on this rope swing with the skanky rope that is the half frayed. I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, is he insured as a tour guide?
I'm sure. That was, the first time I went on a tour with him, he literally drove a Jeep and it went right into a puddle and swamped.
And like killed the Jeep?
Killed the Jeep. And so while we waited for the tow truck, he cooked a barbecue for the people that were on the tour. He's like, I'm going to give you guys a discount. I was like, a discount? We didn't even make it into the part of the trip that we wanted.
That is an experience.
He is a ridiculous human being. But good luck on the AIDS ride, Pal Gale. It was a really cool trip. I'll be anxious to go back. And I wish I wanted to do an interview there about their gay pride. It's like a little tiny island. There's like less than 40,000 people that live on Kauai. But they have a big gay pride parade. And it's kind of cool because the Hawaiian culture has, oh my God, I'm not going to remember the term, but they believe in the third sex. And so they are celebratory of people that we would consider trans or intersex people. So I saw some of the images of like the hakas and the hula that they, and it's just seeing a pride parade in a small town on an island in the middle of the Pacific that's celebrating the indigenous culture as well as the multicultural people that come in from all over the places. It's pretty cool. I wish I had been there for that, but I'm here for this instead.
Well, you were missed. Somebody was saying to me the other day, they were like, you're going to love this. I shouldn't even tell you because of how much you're actually going to end up loving it. They were like, I was watching your morning show the other day and you can tell Mark's not in town helping. I was like,
My crew. I know.
Name them.
the crew. Thank you all for the crew that stood up because it's not
Because
easy.
you couldn't hear him barking at the people in front of the camera.
No, we missed you, Mark. We
Yeah.
absolutely missed you.
And also, today we're in the Commons in a different space, so everything's new, and we've been very graciously hosted by the Commons for these last few weeks, and we'll be here for a couple more weeks before we move back to the brewery for our grand reopening.
When is that?
I
When
think
are we
it's on
going
the
there?
27th, if that's a Friday, you could correct me, of June. When we hope to have
Yeah,
like a
that
big
doesn't-
sort of expanded show with people performing and
Oh, fun.
come and sit and have coffee and stuff
Remember
like that.
when we used to have like singers?
Well, it's kind of hard when we
I
don't
know.
have a sit-down space, but we'll be totally worked out at the Crown and Anchor. So, at the brewery, Provincetown Brewing Company at the Crown and Anchor.
Have you been to the brewery since it moved back into the
Yeah,
Crown?
it's
Or moved
great.
into
It's
the
a
Crown?
great space.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be-
Huge hit. They like hit the ground running. It looks like it was always meant to be there.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for
I think
them.
the vibe is totally changed, and it's great.
Yeah.
What did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I I don't know if you noticed or felt it in the air, but it's actually summer, you guys.
Yeah,
I think 2 or 3 nights ago, like as recently as 4 days ago, if you like left your house in a t-shirt, you were freezing on the way home. No longer. The warm summer nights are upon us. So enjoy.
the tomato plants are happy finally.
Yeah, and so are the people.
You
don't like summer?
No. Yesterday I was sweating. I was.
Stop, just stop.
Well, I'm not a complainer. Bitches, I do not like people like, it's cold. When will summer get there? The minute a little bit of perspiration on their brow, it's summer.
I know, no, I am that person too.
You are that person.
I know, we are. So
Oh yeah, Ethan.
No, it's
You were in a parka in the studio all winter. Now you're in a tank top and flip flops and shorts, and you're like, it's hot, so hot. Give me a
Well,
break.
I have this new work from home job that I started in January. So this is my first like summer of it. And I
I'm
was
sitting in the air conditioning.
no, we didn't have it on yet. So I was like, God, it's really hot in here. It's like I might have to work from like the library or something. The library's air conditioned, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Or just flip the switch on the wall in your house.
Well, I mean, you know how bad electricity bills were this winter, right?
Oh.
Horrific, horrendous. Who
Yeah.
can afford it? Who can afford to live?
Solar panels for everybody.
I know our roof isn't big enough.
Yes, it is.
No, it would. It's really not. Like you want.
When was the last time you had that estimate? Because the panels are different now, and the panels are more efficient. You
Oh.
might be able to get away with fewer panels,
Mhm.
and you might be able to get away with a setup in the backyard, like a
Right.
little like 4-unit plus
Right.
whatever's on your roof. So if you haven't had a solar assessment in a while,
It's been a while.
please have a reassessment. Of course, you're going to lose your subsidies to get it done, but whatever.
You are.
Really? We're not going to give subsidies to alternative
Oh.
energy sources?
Oh right.
Who would have thought? What else did you do other than sweat in your?
No, I was just working, acclimating, enjoying Provincetown. Just
Great.
hanging out.
Great. I have a couple things I did.
Tell me.
I hit the ground running. Took the ferry for the first time in years.
Years.
Yeah, I haven't taken the ferry. I've been flying bougie. When I come back from a long
I've been flying.
when I come back from a long trip, that 20-minute flight, come on, it's the way to go. Like it's pricey, but it's the way to go when you just want to get home. But I splurged. They paid for it, so I was like, taking the ferry. It was fantastic.
I love the ferry.
I didn't realize you could see Boston and Provincetown at the same time. I haven't done it in forever. I took a video of that jankety. You guys, we're all about America and being proud. The fucking flag on that ferry was shredded, flapping all shredded. What is it? $40 to put a new flag on the ferry? Come on, do better.
Tariffs.
Then stitch one or whatever. If you're not going to have a rainbow flag, at least the American flag better be on point. I'll tell you about that. Speaking of flags, so I was I answered a call for volunteers. So the roosters that they put for the Portuguese festival. It is Portuguese Pride Month as well as Gay Pride Month.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, I happened to be walking by. I was like, oh, you're doing those things. Let me help. And her name was Shannon Sawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, it's just me. So we're out there painting the circles. And then yesterday, someone else joined us and we spray painted some of the roosters. It was kind of funny because
I couldn't tell what I was looking at. You sent us a picture of
oh
that.
yeah,
and I
there's
was
a
like,
picture. Well, it's a stencil, and I thought I was going to do a whole series, and I was like, oh, I won't need to use these photos because I won't be hosting today. So here's a terrible photo of the process of painting the roosters. But it's cool. And the most annoying thing is, like you do anything in town and someone drives by in a car, says, that looks heavy, or, whatever.
Yeah.
It was a lot of that. You missed a spot. And the great thing is Shannon Sawyer and I share the same sensibility. She like puts a big smile on her face. She's like, this is the worst part. It's having to be nice to people. she grew up here. She's like 8th generation. So it was fun. And I recommend next year, and I will lead the charge with Shannon to be like, hey, come and volunteer, because it's fun and you're doing something for the community. And we are celebrating. She said between Portuguese Pride and Gay Pride, that's pretty much 98% of Provincetown covered, with this thing. So
if you are neither gay nor Portuguese, still be proud.
We're
just not celebrating you or throwing you a parade or doing anything on the sidewalk for you.
Today or this month. You will have your parades all throughout the thing.
Wait, is she running the Portuguese festival?
No. She just volunteered. I'm getting a free shirt, which you can get at Siemens Bank to support the Portuguese festival. It's a really cool design. They always have an artist that does something nautical. It's a painting of a boat. I don't know more information about it, but go to Siemens Bank, get a t-shirt to support the Portuguese festival, which is coming up in 2 weeks.
Yes, this is the 29th annual Portuguese festival and the 78th Blessing of the Fleet.
Oh, are you doing blessing?
Yes, I'm off on Sundays this year.
Oh,
I know.
We have a pontoon boat.
You do?
Yeah, with
I'm
Jen White.
on your pontoon boat.
Jen White and all that.
Is there room?
I don't know. You asked them.
Pontoons fill up quick.
Pontoons.
Let's go. Can Sam and I be on your pontoon?
I don't know.
Hey Siri, text Jen White.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
she's watching. Can I be on your pontoon?
And me.
So I did the ferry, and then I did Cody Play, our first of the season. We came back on Monday night, every Monday in the Wild Room at 7 o'clock, and that was a lot of fun. And then yesterday, the kids, Emily Schiffer, we had her on the show to interview about a photography project that she did with the kids at the school, and they were doing this about coastal resiliency and people losing their homes due to climate change. And she worked with a town in Alaska of kids. Am I right, Darlene? Thank God Darlene's at the school. And fact checker for the schools. And so they did a collaborative photo thing. And then they went to New York. Those kids that could make it went to New York to like meet the other kids from the other town this weekend. So they had a fundraiser to get the kids there. The Kook Fund helped contribute to that. And Emily was like, we made our goal. So, and the Commons also was a fiscal sponsor to pay for the hotel rooms. So a bunch of kids went to New York to meet the other kids from Alaska in another town dealing with climate change, adversity, etc. So yay, Emily and those kids. I'm sure you're going to have a transformative time in New York. So that's awesome. I went to see Peter Toto's opening of his comedy show, Wait, That's Funny, at the Gifford House last night, the Wild
Vivian
World.
Fontaine is in it?
Vivian was in it. Todd Flaherty was in it. Marissa Miller was in it. And then some queen from San Francisco named something did 2 drag numbers, just kind of like out of the blue or whatever. It was a lot of fun. Sketch comedy. Check it out on Thursday nights, 8 o'clock throughout the summer.
Thursdays at 8 at the Gifford House.
At the Gifford House in the Wild Room.
Excellent.
And coming up will be the film festival, which I'm going to start jamming in on that.
Yeah.
So the film fest starts on Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Yeah.
The 11th.
The 11th. Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, Footloose.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. There's a prom at the high school on Saturday night, Footloose themed prom, and that's their big fundraiser. They're showing movies outside at the Crown, on the outside, opening night parties at the Crown.
I haven't looked at the program yet. What are you most excited to see?
I haven't looked at the program yet because I'm
Heightened security.
Heightened security. Oh, wait.
Trans rights and the issue against the Supreme Court.
Okay, great. That's one. There's also the Spiritus movie is on closing night.
And they added an extra date.
Yep.
There's an extra date?
Yeah, because it was sold out. So go to the
Provincetownfilm.org.
Provincetownfilm.org to get the schedule of events for the Film Fest. Did I do everything? And I just wanted to do an extra shout out. The Ruthie's Fashion Show, which Sam is a model in, happens on Monday night at 5:30 at the Crown and Anchor. If you don't know what Ruthie's is, it's one of our local thrift stores. All of their proceeds go to Helping Our Women Aid Support Group. And there is a third entity, which does not ring off the top of my head, but get a ticket. watch a lot of local people modeling fashions that you could purchase through an auction thing. Tina Burner and Jonathan Hawkins will be hosting that event at the Crown and Anchor, 5:30 on this Monday.
Oh, I won't be there.
That's okay. You can always donate.
Oh yes, I will donate.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Buy me something pretty.
I actually won't be because I have a previous commitment because of the film fest.
Speaking of film fest, if you're in Provincetown right now, then you were probably aware that the Anthony Bourdain movie is being shot.
Oh,
have you encountered this?
I encountered it carrying our big desk. Thanks for your help, Harrison. The big desk that had to get out of the PPG.
Yeah.
That white desk. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna carry it myself. And that's okay because Harrison said he was gonna help me. I'm so
Shade.
whatever. It didn't happen. I did it, but they were filming. They had the street shot. They're like, you can't go here. I was like, this has to get there in the next 6 minutes. So I don't know how to, but I'm walking through here. I was like, you're not paying me. I get to walk through.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
keep doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just walked through the middle of the set. I obviously waited for a break in the filming.
Yeah.
I wish I could say that I bullied my way onto the set, but I did not. You know, I'm a bully.
Well, I mean, like we were biking down Commercial Street, and it just looked like a lot of people, which it always looks like a lot of people. I didn't know anything was happening. We're just biking, and like somebody in like a neon vest was like, "Hey, you, bike." I was like, "It's not my name. She's not talking to me."
But here's the thing, like, I think it's fantastic. Look, when it's filming here, it's exciting. Let's not deny it. And it's cool. It really didn't, it affected some businesses, whether or not they got compensated like that last time that people got compensated for shutting their businesses or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think the thing is, though, if you're driving down Commercial Street, you can only go down Commercial Street. Right. There should be a sign or a police officer a block away at the nearest place to turn off that says, you are going to be stalled here for 15 minutes. Why don't you go down this street? That did not happen at any time.
I know.
Carver Street was shut off yesterday. Carver is a one-way down a hill.
Mm-hmm.
If you're halfway down the hill, you are on your brakes. Otherwise, you're going through the front window at the Cafe Heaven, which we all fear will happen someday.
I know.
So, there was no person saying this is shut off. Like, don't go down here. Guy's trying to check into the ranch or whatever, cruise quarters. And he's like, how am I going to get there? I have to wait 20 minutes. He's like, are you fucking just education and
Anthony Bourdain is rolling over in his grave at this.
Is he even in a grave, do you think?
No.
You think he was cremated?
I think he was turned into a tree or something, right?
Oh, I would love that idea.
Right?
Sure. Why not? Can we, I want to do a little, you know what? Speaking of filming and traffic, let's go to traffic with Lucinda Lipole.
Take it away, Lucinda.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lucinda Lipole, out in Provincetown streets getting the fresh stories for you as Wake Up's traffic reporter. And arrivals for Pride Weekend in Provincetown may notice a new presence on the streets. These orange porta potties. No, the name of the brand is not a description of doing a Pride in Provincetown. I mean, really, we are the queerest location in the world. Doing a Pride in Provincetown is like doing a summer at the equator. Just give the weekend to women of color. And no, this is not an outreach program of the person of this color who's acting this way in office. This is a brand of porta potties that is on the other end of the spectrum in terms of valuing humanity. In fact, they think human waste has value because they turn urine into fertilizer. With the company's recent outreach into Provincetown, they are going to release a Pride fertilizer that also doubles as a pesticide due to the sheer amount of synthetic chemicals used during Pride and excreted in urine while gay men are trying to be prideful. Anyways, due to those chemicals as well, don't worry, the product will be rainbow. Back to whoever's hosting today.
Thank you, Lucinda.
Yesterday, I dragged Lucinda away from her gig barking or promoting outside of the Ocean 193. And she was like, oh, well, let's go down to this porta potty and do this thing. But check out Lucinda's comedy tour of Provincetown or see her when she's performing
She was
live
working
at
and
the
you
Red
took
Room.
her away from her job.
Well, we had scheduled it, but I was
Okay.
like, maybe, she was like, they won't know I'm gone for 5 minutes. So, but go to Ocean 193, sit on that deck. It's a great restaurant.
It's a beautiful place to have lunch outside,
Absolutely.
dinner.
Or anything. Yeah. Okay, so it's Tony.
It is Tony weekend. And I know the big question on everyone's lips is who's going to win Best Lead Actress in a Musical? And we've been talking about this for like almost a year because it's down to Audra McDonald in Gypsy, Nicole Scherzinger in Sunset Boulevard, Jennifer Simard and Megan Hilty in Death Becomes Her, and then the wild card, whoever's playing Betty Boop, sorry, I don't know her name, in the Boop musical.
Oh, yes. I
Um,
don't know her name.
I think Smart Money probably is saying Nicole's going to win. My personal choice is Audra McDonald.
No, Patti LuPone's going to win. She's going to walk on that stage, push Audra out of the way, and say, "This." Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to mention that thing that happened? Our beloved Patti LuPone being called out. She did apologize.
Patty acted like Patty, and everyone was surprised.
She acted a little more than like Patty.
No, I know. It was,
And she
knew to apologize.
Oh, 100%. So look, you make a mistake. We have all said things that we regret, especially if you're used to just saying things. Like I'm well aware. And so you make a mistake and you acknowledge a mistake. You acknowledge that it wasn't the right thing to say, and you don't dig in.
Well, 500 like theater members were like, disinvite her to the Tonys. I think she should be the one to give the award for lead actress in the musical. She's probably gonna have to hand it to Audra.
But you can,
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be fantastic. Can you imagine that?
She like doesn't let go.
Jasmine Amy Rogers is Betty Boop.
Thank you, Jasmine Amy Rogers. This Betty Boop.
They have, because Betty Boop has that weird head. Betty Boop is actually a dog.
What do you mean?
Maybe she started as a dog. No, she was anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
She actually, the original illustrations of Betty Boop, she was a dog.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's absolutely true because I read about the musical. Anyway, but then she sort of moved on to being a woman but she has an enormous head. So they had to construct the way they do the wig, and the mics are up here. So it expands the head shape out, which you wouldn't look until you actually look and be like, that woman's head is huge, but it's just because of the way the wig is constructed. I thought that was fascinating.
Did you see any of those 4 shows?
No. Who has 5,000? Oh, you like to spend money on shows.
I went in December and saw Death Becomes Her, Gypsy, and Sunset Boulevard in one weekend, like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And we left New York that weekend being like, those 4 women are all going to be nominated for a Tony. Who do you think is going to win? And we haven't talked about anything since. And I do hope. I mean, I know Audra already has like 15 Tony Awards. Do you remember that time that I waited on her at Cafe Heaven? Have I told this story on the show before? She was in town to do a show. She came to have breakfast with her family at Cafe Heaven back when I was a waiter there. And when I went to present them the check, I was like, hey, Audra, so there's a rumor going around town that instead of paying your bill, you just give a waiter a Tony Award because you have like so many of them. I'll take the one from A Raisin in the Sun. And like she laughed and her kids were like, oh God. And then I was like, can I get a selfie? Audra, can I get a selfie? And like her kids are in the background of the selfie being like, ugh, this queen. I know. Thank you, Audra. I hope you win. I hope you win everything all the time.
I saw Audra in her first regional. She was the Summer Stock Circuit used to be Algonquin and Brister, whatever the Cape Playhouse was, a Summer Stock theater for a while, and then in upstate New York and in Pennsylvania. So my boyfriend at the time was Don Quixote or Sancho in Man of La Mancha, and Audra was playing Desdemona, Esmeralda, whatever that character is. So I got to see her when she was like just out of college.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It was, and I was like, that girl's amazing. And then like years later,
you're like, she's going places.
Yeah, she's going.
What's that, Audra?
She was lovely.
You just tell people you discovered her. Margaret discovered Audra McDonald
at the Pocono Playhouse or whatever it was. I was. So I got to 20 Summers has a new space at 494 Commercial Street. It's called Stanley, and it's called Stanley the Next Space because eventually 20 Summers won't be at the barn at Miller Hill, the Hawthorne Barn. So they've gotten this space. Anyway, and there's a movie being shown there this week. It's called A Scandalous Affair. And I have a little interview with the guys who made it. So check this out. I'm here at Stanley, 20 Summers Next Space at 494 Commercial Street with Jason and Matthew, the creators of this Whacka Doodle musical documentary about a Navy sex scandal that happened over 100 years ago. What was the inspiration to tackle this weird story? I love it.
It's basically Navy higher-ups had these young recruits going out after other sailors that they suspected of being gay, and they had them go all the way, and then they had them write reports about it every morning. So we have this archive of reports. We have like hundreds and hundreds of them, and most of them, or not most of them, but a lot of them make up what's in the audio track.
So you decided to make it a musical, because why not, right?
Well, the musical actually is also historical. So while the entrapment scheme was going on, the Navy was also producing this elaborate musical called Jack and the Beanstalk, a fairy extravaganza. That was essentially a drag show because women could be in the Navy, but they couldn't be in the musicals for some reason. And so we tracked down this crazy version of Jack and the Beanstalk and we reproduced numbers because they were literally like tracking down fairies while they were doing a musical with the word fairy in it.
It's all meta. It goes around. And
Can't make it up.
You can't make it up. So you guys check this out. It's beautiful, it's crazy, and it's all true. Come check it out at Stanley, the next space at 494 Commercial Street, and it's playing through June 15th. Cecilia, tell me what's going on up at the barn.
We are very excited to be bringing New York-based artist Rose Secareccia to the Hawthorne Barn to create a full installation. She's bringing quilts and hand-dyed linens and embroidery to create Ovum Sacred Feminine, running from June 9th to June 11th. There will be open gallery hours as well as an artist talk. Please go to 20summers.org to see more info.
And if you haven't been to the barn, to go up there and see panels of fabric and all of this great stuff hanging from the ceiling to be an immersive experience is going to be quite something to be part of. So check it out and check out all the other things going on at 20 Summers.
Scandalous.
Yes. So yeah.
You guys, by the way, when you're considering which movies you want to go see next week at the film festival, there's a lot of art made locally by local people that you know, including our very own town crier, Daniel Gomez-Yata, whose film 13 Cemetery Road is making its world premiere during the Provincetown Film Festival. Buy a ticket to that.
Michael Sestero, I might say his name wrong, has a documentary film about Salvador Del Deo. Michael Kohler's documentary about Spiritus.
Speaking of Sal Del Deo, today is the last day that you can bid on an auction that Joe Feeney is doing. And one of the prizes is to have dinner with Sal at Sal's. I want to do that.
Yeah. Have you ever had a chance to share a glass of wine or a meal with Sal?
No, but we interviewed him for this show, remember?
Really?
And it's like, living legend.
Yeah.
Like if you get a chance to meet Sal.
He's either 99 or turning 100 this year.
Yes.
And he's still.
He's up there.
He's no. I mean, he's got it up there still. He paints every day.
Yeah.
I've had some really amazing times with him at the Mary Heaton Vor's house, which get tickets to First Look.
But don't bid on Sal at Sal's because I want to win that.
Or bid $1 more than Bob.
No,
make sure
if I lose by $1, I'm going to freak out.
Good, you might have to put in $5 extra, and that's how you raise money for important local causes. Which the First Look in Fashion at the Mary Heaton Vor's house, which takes place Saturday, is raising money for local organizations, the Homeless Prevention Council, and Skip. I do watch our show. Okay, so I think it's time that we go. There's a lot going on. It's Gay Pride. There's a million things. It's Women of Color Week and week, actually. I think it's expanded out. So let's go to the Roundup with Sam.
Everybody's gay. It's a happy place in here, baby. You're safe.
Thank you, Lizzo, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Weekly Roundup with me, Sam Sewell, for the week of June 6th through June 12th. Going on from now until June 8th, all across town is the Women of Color Weekend, and you can find out more information on what's going on at thewomenofcolorweekend.com. Welcome, everyone, to town. It's so good to see you here. Also, starting today is Provincetown Pride. It's happening also all over town, and you can find out more information on all of the events happening at ptown.org. Also going on in town that had started on June 2nd, the Provincetown Cabaret Fest is happening, and there's still more events happening throughout the weekend, so go check them out at provincetowncabaretfest.com. Coming up tonight at the Commons, there is a free reading of Special happening at 6:30, including a lot of Provincetown locals, so come and check us out. And then on Saturday, there is another Pet Parade going on in town, as the Animal Rescue League of Boston is having their first Provincetown Pet Parade, where you can meet and greet everyone on Saturday at the Governor Bradford at 12 p.m. for a pet-inspired cocktail, and then promenade down Commercial Street after that. Also happening on Saturday, it is Last Call, the annual Provincetown Tennessee Williams Theater Festival Gala happening at the Harbor Hotel at 2 p.m., so come and check that out. And on Sunday, I wanted to highlight Poetry from My Brain Parts from my good friend Tamora Israel, happening at the Gifford House at 4 p.m., and also some more poetry with World Ocean Day happening through Payamet from 5 to 7 p.m., where we'll be reading poems about the ocean. This is a free event, so come check us out. And later on that night, another free event is church. You can come together at the Grotto Bar. This week kicks us off with DJ Lazarella. And stay tuned, because next week on the 15th, to cap off everything, I will give you something special, but I will present it to you in the upcoming section. Then on Monday, you're not going to want to miss the Ruthie's Boutique 3rd annual fashion show happening at 5:30 p.m., hosted by Tina Burner and Jonathan Hawkins at the Crown and Anchor. Look at this fine cast of folks filling out the show. It'll be a great event, as it always is. Thank you, Paul Rizzo. Also on Wednesday starts the 27th annual Provincetown International Film Festival. Congratulations, Sean Robertson, on your beautiful design. And you can check out films from the likes of River Gallo, who's receiving the Next Wave Award. You can also check out Move Your Body, The Birth of House, and Queens of the Dead, their New England premiere. Also, Honey Don't will be playing, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show will be in town. So come on out and get dressed up and get ready to get your Rocky Horror Picture Show on. And speaking of getting dressed up, the Provincetown Prom is Footloose this year, and they'll be raising money on June 14th. So come on out and support your local cinema and favorite film festival through the Footloose Prom. Thursday brings a Sourced Vessel, a 4-week art therapy journey for women, happening at the Commons. This is happening at 6:30 p.m. Also later that night at the Old Colony, the barmaids are in town, and they'll be crooning for you all night long every Thursdays. Congratulations, I cannot wait to come out to see you. Upcoming, as I said, on June 15th to cap off the film festival, I will be making my debut at church, and the category is film, so I will be mixing in all of your favorite hit movie songs into one playlist where we can dance the night away to. So come on out, it'll be a fun night. I can't wait to see you there. Also coming up is the Juneteenth events, starting with a queer and BIPOC art show, Power, Joy, and Resilience, happening from June 13th through the 22nd at the Commons. And a Juneteenth cabaret is happening with James Jackson Jr. in the Wild on Saturday, June 22nd. As always, if you'd like to see some events up on the Roundup, please email me at wakeuproundup@gmail.com. Have a great June. It is suddenly summer, and the tank tops are out. Get ready to see all those limbs.
Thank you, Sam. Everybody, there's so much going on this weekend. Here's Rachael Brissard to tell us a little bit about what's happening this weekend. Hi, Rachel. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I don't know who to look at first.
Oh, that's okay. Just do this. The best part, this is your first Pride that you're producing as executive director of the PPG.
It is. That's my first big PPG event, my first Pride. So it's very exciting. Today is the first day of Pride. It's our 8th annual. A lot of people think that, you know, why is there a Pride, or why does Provincetown need a Pride? Maybe you have a thought. But it's exciting. Our Pride has been growing year after year, and we get a lot of younger people coming. And from all anecdotal thoughts or anecdotal stories I've heard, there's a lot of inns that are sold out this weekend. We're very excited. We think it's going to be a really crowded and exciting weekend. Today we kick off with one of my favorite things is a Pride bingo, because everyone loves a bingo, and I've learned that everyone in Provincetown loves bingo.
Yes.
So we kick off with a Pride bingo, which is almost sold out, actually. And then we have this incredible art exhibit that was curated by Adam Golub from the Generations Project. It's called the new Ptown Resistance.
And we have a clip of that we're going to air.
Oh, right. Yes. Excellent.
So you're going to see
You'll
all
see
about
more
it.
about it. We have an opening reception for that at the Provincetown Pride Center. From 5 to 8, and then we have our kickoff Pride party tonight. Lady Gaga versus Beyonce at the Red Room.
They're going to be here? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a matchup between the two, because you know that this is where they would come for that.
Of course.
And we have tomorrow's a packed day. We do a rally, a sachet to tea. We have a Pride marketplace that's for free to entry at Town Hall. And then tomorrow night is our queer comedy showcase with hosted by Kristen Becker. And we have 3 other queer comedians who are traveling in from various parts of the country. And then our 5K. So we like to say, if you like to experience your Pride outdoors, or if you like your Pride with a side of fitness, or if you like your fitness with a side of Pride, the Feet Over Front Street 5K is Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. and we still have spots open, and you basically run or walk the entire length of Commercial Street from Harbor Hotel to Provincetown Inn.
Oh.
So you do a tow.
It's a tow.
It's a tow.
I think a tow requires a car, though.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
I don't know what that is.
A tow is when you drive from the
really slowly from one end to the other.
Oh, okay. Sure. It's and then there's an after party at the Provincetown Inn with we give you some brunch and a drink, and you get to just hang out and also see the newly renovated or decorated Provincetown Inn. And then we have this incredible new show that we've added this year called Poetry from My Brain Parts, which is a performance by Tamora Israel, who is a Cape Cod performance poet, and it includes music and storytelling, and she collaborates with 2 other musicians, and that's going to be at Gifford House on Sunday at 4. And we're very excited to add that.
How are you just remembering all of this off the top of your head? She doesn't even have a cheat sheet or anything.
I know. I was like,
Look,
okay.
Mom.
People are normally like, and then.
Oh, I've been like looking at our ticket sales page. Like I refresh it, every 10 minutes. So yeah, but thank you. I don't know. It's the way I live and breathe Pride, I guess, right now. And it's also Women of Color Weekend. And we are co-presenting our queer comedy showcase with Women of Color Weekend. And we're really excited. We've, been at the same time as them for quite a while, and we're really trying to do more partnerships. And so we've offered the Queer Comedy Showcase is a part of the Women of Color Weekend schedule. Their attendees get a discount. We think it's going to be a really fun packed house. And honestly, we all really need to laugh right now. Yeah. That was one of the biggest things that I wanted to make sure is that we really made sure we had the Queer Comedy Showcase again, because it's really important to celebrate Pride, obviously. I mean, maybe not obviously, but because of what is happening in this world, we need to have that visible representation of who we are, even in our beautiful, magical enclave, safe space of Ptown. It's still important to be visible. It's still important to have allies support us. So we're really excited to have a packed town hall, all laughing for a few hours on Saturday night. We also have a party at A House on Saturday night, which is, it's the Pride party, Pride dance party at A House, because you can't really do something that's prideful without something at A House.
Absolutely.
And the reason I made that face was because we've heard this the first Pride. It was like, why are we having a Pride? It's because there's constant pushback. Mm-hmm. And because it's constantly and even here, there's always going to be pushback. So to celebrate Pride and to have a designated Pride time when everyone else is doing it as well, and to encourage younger people to come to Provincetown, which is, I think, a lot of the goal of this, or at least what's happened is younger people are coming during this week because they feel safe. And once you get a taste, it's like a drug here. Once you get a taste of Provincetown, you try to come back. And it's harder and harder for young people to come.
And it is one of the few event weekends that does skew younger.
Yes, at least, from what I've learned as being the publicist for the PBG before I had this role, yes, and anecdotally from what we've learned, but this will be my first time actually seeing it all in action. And we also have our, I think we've talked about this, or someone from the PBG has talked about this on Wake Up Before, our Summer One program, where we do an application process to bring first-time visitors to Provincetown, ages 21 to 29, and they basically get the whole Pride weekend experience complimentary for free.
Wow.
Thanks to incredibly generous sponsors, including inns and hotels. And so we put them up, we give them tickets to everything that we're doing, and
do you have to be 29? I want this.
Well, this might not be your first time visiting Ptown. This is just, I don't know.
How many participants do you
So
have?
we have 9 participants and their guests.
Oh, nice.
So they're arriving. A lot of them are arriving in the next 25 minutes because they're on the ferry, the 8:30 a.m. ferry. And so we welcome them at the Pride Center, and they get like a little welcome packet, and then they get taken to their hotels, and then they get to do whatever they want for the weekend. But we also give them tickets to everything that we're doing. And it's really just our way to introduce first-time visitors to Provincetown, take away that barrier of any kind of financial barrier to traveling here. Both ferry companies are super generous to us, and they give us trips for them as well. So it's, and they write up a little, they only have to answer like a short question. Like we don't make it, like
here's your thesis.
a college essay application. But it's really, it's the second year of the program, and we're hoping to grow it. We're actually going to replicate it during Trans Week this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and try and focus more on a trans and non-binary community to come here and experience Trans Week. So I think that's, we really love that we can do this, but we couldn't do it without our sponsoring hotels and transportation partners.
And I think that's just a part of people are like, oh, the business guild. But these sort of programs that reach out to underserved communities or younger people and have them come to town. It's not just about business. It's giving them the experience of being safe here. And
are you gonna cry?
All right.
Jesus.
Well, yeah.
And so I congratulate you on the work that you do to do that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the businesses wouldn't. I mean, it's everything feeds on each other.
Right.
Visitors support the businesses, and then the businesses being here and thriving and having exciting things to do is what brings people here. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for making some time.
Squeeze in a couple of naps in there. I know it's gonna be busy weekend for you.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Rachael, for coming in today. And now we are going to go to the weather. No. Oh, we did a little clip. Adam Golub did a little clip of the exhibit that's going to be at the Pride Center that you could check out starting today at the opening reception. Here it is.
My name is Adam Golub, and I am curating an exhibit for the PBG called The New Ptown Resistance here at the Pride Center. It'll be up for the month of June for you to come and see. The theme of the exhibit is sort of around uniting the past and present of Ptown homegrown resistance through art and thought, the written word, feminism, the AIDS epidemic, and all these different times in the history of Provincetown, really illustrating the way that Provincetown has been a little enclave and a little safe haven for people to build ideas in a safe space together to then face down the world, and how in this moment when the world can feel unstable and the outside world feels like an unsafe place and can feel like it's encroaching, even here in our little safe haven, that we can turn to each other and hold each other, and that the history of this place really revolves around that energy of being here, thinking outside the box, finding new ways to express ourselves so that we can feel strong in facing the world as it changes. The opening reception is from 5 to 8 p.m. here at the Pride Center on Friday, June 6th, and it will be open on weekends from noon to 5.
So check out the exhibit at the Pride Gallery. A lot of local artists are hanging on the wall there. Please welcome, after her sold-out show at the Provincetown Theater last night, Lucinda McDermott. Your show is O'Keefe.
It is O'Keefe, and I brought O'Keefe with me.
Oh,
she's back. But there's a moment where she actually, the play starts with her back to the audience. So that was actually intentional.
Now, your show is not a puppet show.
It is not. No, she's
very good. Okay, now we know what we're doing. It's fun. So these are solo shows that are going on throughout the month of June, and you're the first one.
And selling it out right off the bat.
Love it. Love it. Yes. Yeah. So I could tell you a little bit about the show. it's somewhat immersive. Well, it is immersive. And one of them is trying to think when you said talk about the show, what would draw people in. One of the things I did with the show was to intentionally destroy the fourth wall. And so the fourth wall disappears at times. It also then comes up. You're going, fourth wall, what's that? It's that imaginary wall where, you know, there's no audience out there, but she acknowledges that she's back here and she's, you know, she has a problem to solve. Was it me or was it Stieglitz? And all the art fans will know Stieglitz is Alfred Stieglitz, who she married after being with him for a while, and was very tumultuous. And the question is really at the heart of everything is, how do you remain your own person with your own passions and what it is that you're working on, and yet be in this relationship? You know, that's at the heart of it. That's what the struggle is. So that's what she's there to try and solve, and use the audience to kind of duke it out.
Do you engage with the audience?
I do.
Oh, awesome.
Directly, yeah. And there might be a little present that they get. A lucky audience member.
Oh, an original Georgia O'Keeffe.
It won't be hidden under the seat.
Oh, everybody's like under their check.
That's all I'm going to say
There's
about that.
gum under this seat. Nothing.
I hope not, but
You've done this show all over, but you've never done it in Provincetown before,
I've
right?
never been here before. So
At all?
First time.
Welcome.
Yes. So this has been really, really exciting. My husband, John, and I have been on the road from Virginia. We live in Virginia, in mountains of Virginia, since April 28th. And we also play music. So we did the show in Connecticut at the Mattituck Museum. They had an exhibit of O'Keeffe and the Surrealist Kay Sage, a conversation between the two. So that's always exciting to perform it next to an exhibit. And we also play music. So we've been doing that. And then tootling around New England, seeing friends, and you know, rolling around the Rocky Shore. So
where's the next?
vacation?
I know with your partner, which is great.
Yep.
Where's the next place it's going to be performed? Do you have a?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any plans at this moment. Yeah.
Just stay for the whole summer.
I would love to.
Just drop it in.
I would love to. I've never been in a more joyous, loving place. So I really like it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope that the rest of the weekend sells out as well.
Were you like an art history major?
I was not, no.
So what brought you to this piece, or to create?
To sum that up, well, when I was in so I've been doing this piece for over 30 years.
92, right?
Yeah, I premiered it in 92 when I was 30 something, early 30s. So I'm 64 now, and I wrote the piece so that it could grow with me and I could grow with it. But I think the thing that keeps me doing it is I keep finding things that the 29-year-old wrote that had no idea. She couldn't have known. You know, that she wrote that, and having different things happen in my life, I bring different, you know, experiences to it. You know, the year that actually when I premiered it off Broadway, I was 2 weeks after my father had died. So that was the first significant loss in my life. That brought new stuff to it, you know, giving birth and kids, all these things kind of informed the work and make it new, and I keep discovering things.
Now, is there a set script that is evolving as you're aging, or is
funny you should mention that. No, it stayed the same until I did rewrite. I did a major rewrite in 2021 because I wanted to challenge myself, but also I had some new research that I wanted to incorporate. So I did that. I changed the language a little bit to make it more inclusive. And then for this, so it is the full length is 2-act play. And I think it comes in about, an hour and 50? It's under 2 hours. But for the festival, I was told, yes, we'd love to have you, but you have to do 90 minutes, no intermission. Yeah.
But that challenge is probably, it's good for your brain.
It was horrible. It was a massacre. No, but ultimately, it was very creative. It was a very creative exercise. And there's actually some things in this cut that I go, you know what, I really actually like that. It's more efficient, I think. It doesn't lose the heart of it. It absolutely gets to it. So actually, I kind of like it.
I think that modern audiences, like it or not, modern audiences' attention spans have shrunk. And when I go see something that's very, very long, not to say that the piece was very long because I never saw it, but when I see something, I'm like, a little snip here and a little snip there because I think,
same.
I mean, as a playwright, you probably go to see something like, all right, we didn't need that line, whatever. So perhaps the efficiency of it and whatever it brings, the freshness to it, which I imagine is important. And now you have two different versions that you'd be like, do you want this one or this one?
Perhaps it's this, where's my energy level at that day? But to answer your question, my dad was an art professor, sculptor. And so when I was a teenager, he introduced me he gave me her autobiography. And I had a great art teacher who showed us her documentary, and I fell in love with her artwork. And it just, as a young girl looking at her work, I felt like I was seen and understood, and I couldn't intellectualize it, and still can't, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
And then reading about her, I'd always been kind of a biography nerd. I read Clara Barton books when I was in the 4th grade, anyway. I felt that I would always do something with her. And at that time, I was trying to decide if I'd go into visual art or music or theater. And of course, theater became pathway because it embraces all of those things. It gave me permission to be able to exercise all those parts of myself one way or another.
That's fantastic.
That's in a short bit how I kind of got into it.
And you can see yourself doing this piece continually until you can't do it anymore.
I don't know. I think my next move, I think I'm going to start working on another project, another solo.
Are you ready to tell us what it is? Or
Sure. And you might see I have this gorgeous scar right here. So in 2018, I had open heart surgery to replace my mitral valve.
Your what?
My mitral valve in my heart. We need that.
I believe you.
So it wasn't working. And so it's been quite a journey. I've been trained as a woman heart champion through Mayo Clinic to help other women who are going through open heart surgery or who have heart disease to either advocate, support, and educate. And it's kind of been a wild ride. And so, I think the challenge of writing about that, or what it's like to survive that and live with that kind of diagnosis, and not make it maudlin, but joyful, is kind of a tasty challenge I'd like to try.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, because you came out the other side.
I'm alive.
Yeah, you're alive to still perform.
I think the first thing I said when I came out was, I made it. Yeah, because you don't know, you definitely have to face your mortality.
That's scary, yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, we're glad you made it. We're glad you're
you.
here in Provincetown.
Oh, this has been great. It's been a really great gift and a great joy. And I love Provincetown, and hope to come back.
How many more chances do people have to see you?
2 more. So we opened it last night, which was Thursday, right? Today's Friday,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Correct? Thank you. Friday and tomorrow night. So tonight and tomorrow night. That's it.
And you can go to
tickets.
provincetowntheater.org for tickets. Please check this show out and any of the other solo shows coming out this month.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's go to the weather with Sean.
Good morning, Provincetown, and greetings from Will Pride in steamy Washington, D.C. I popped down to check out the festivities this week, but I'm heading back home a little bit later this morning, just in time for our very own Pride weekend. Let's talk weather. Here's your 6-day forecast. Pride starts off cloudy. That's Pride today, but we'll see some breaks in sun in the afternoon with a chance of thunderstorm, highs around 71. Saturday stays breezy and humid with mostly cloudy skies and scattered showers or a possible thunderstorm, high near 69. Sunday brings drier air, improving skies. Expect clouds in the morning, then a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon with highs near 67. Monday looks bright and beautiful with full sunshine and a high of 63. Tuesday turns unsettled again with more clouds and a possible thunderstorm, highs around 67. By Wednesday, things finally warm up with morning clouds giving way to sunshine and a high near 75. So yeah, the weekend's a little moody, but the second half of the week looks perfect for soaking up perfect early June weather. Yes, I did say perfect twice. Tides will be low in the early afternoon and again in the wee hours, so no concerns this weekend for you naughty boys. Rawr. There's so much happening around town. Make sure to rewatch the Roundup with Sam to catch every detail. As for me, I wouldn't dream of missing the sashayed tea event, leaving from Town Hall at 3:15. Come join the colorful, joyful parade. It's a perfect way to kick off Pride Tea. And don't forget, I'm hosting a Tony Awards party Sunday night at 8 p.m. at the Bowie Bar. Don't miss it. Wishing everyone a joyful and fabulous weekend. Happy Pride. For those of you in town, I'll see you at tea and the 20 party, of course. Guys, back to you at the comments.
Thank you, Sean. You're finally with your shirt off, and please be safe. Please be safe down in DC.
The weather's good. It
Yeah,
sounds
the weather
like.
is good. Please welcome DJ White and Darlene van Alstyn from the Outer Cape Music Fest. Darlene, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, and we're just met David for the first time. Welcome.
Hi, glad to be here.
So the Outer Cape Music Festival is happening on June
21st.
21st at Town Hall. And I just found out this morning. So I was like, oh, another music fest, another promoter coming on. We promote everybody, but then
You never have to wonder what's going on in Mark's head.
But then I found out that like all of the shows that you do, all of the proceeds go to charity.
Yes, none of us take a paycheck.
And I think that I like was like, oh, okay, now I'm really happy that you're on. Like, congratulations with that mission that you're doing. You're from Eastham.
Yep.
How many years has this festival been going on?
This is our 3rd year and our 4th event.
Nice.
Last year we raised $18,000 for charity.
That's incredible.
And this is your first time in Provincetown.
First Provincetown show.
And so-
during Pride Month.
Oh, that's perfect. Well,
Perfect.
There's a gay anthem being played by the Electric Six. Right?
Yes, Gay Bar.
Gay Bar.
And
Bob knows the
His
song.
favorite song.
Listen, Gabe, like that Electric Six album was like a very formative time for me. Like my first summer in Provincetown, we played that shit out every day. Gay Bar, Danger High Voltage.
Danger High
Oh my God, I love
Voltage.
that.
Yes.
Dance Commander.
Yeah.
Dance Commander is another great
I
one.
can't wait to see these guys.
They have 22 albums and they have so many great songs. I haven't found a bad album yet. So I'm so excited that they're coming to Provincetown.
That is great.
And I love that you so that you're bringing them in and also, but we have local legends, Darlene Alstyn and Billy Huff, and also the Dirty Rotten Vipers. If you don't know who they are, that's the band that plays outside of the Old Reliable and also outside of the Old Colony. No, I love Will and I love that. Like they bring that New Orleans funk. And Darlene and Billy, how long have you guys been performing together?
Oh God, we were trying to remember the first time we performed together, and I think it was either 2006 or 2007.
So just yesterday.
Yeah, a short time. So yeah, we're really excited to be doing this. We're excited. It's our 3rd time doing the event with DJ, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited, and I love Electric Six. So
The first time I heard you guys play together, I absolutely fell in love with the way you guys play. And I was like, we have to have them as much as possible in our shows. And I think you're
And I
an amazing
absolutely do it every
representation
time.
of talent on the Outer Cape.
Checks in the mail, dude.
Have this guy online all the time. So, David, what made you think, like, it's if you've ever been involved with the production of any sort of festival, it's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work.
It's a ton of work. It's a ton of promotions.
It takes 1 year to plan everything.
To plan everything, and so you're like, you just decided, and I'm gonna give the money away. Like,
So originally I was at the Elks Club 3 years ago. I was having a lot of drinks and they told me that there was an outdoor pavilion outside and that, it'd be cool if there was a festival there. And I was like, absolutely. And then the next day I woke up and they're like, hey, so we cashed your check. What do you want to do for the festival? And I was like, okay, we're doing a music festival. And then I was like, but we have a chance to do something good here. There's a lot of people struggling on Cape Cod. We have a way to help them. So we can raise money through also giving local artists exposure.
Yep.
And that's what we did. We raised money for LCOC, Lower Cape Outreach Council. We're raising money for the Wellfleet Food Pantry. We started a scholarship fund for children's music. If they can't afford lessons, we help them pay for lessons. If they need instruments, we'll help them buy instruments. Any way we can help, we will. We're also helping the Lily House. We're going to give money to the Lily House, which gives free hospice care. You're not even free from financial burden when you're dying.
And one of the other things you're supporting is it's the transport to get elderly people back from doctor's appointments. Or hospital stays.
Your Way Home Fund through the Council on Aging. People take an ambulance and they can't afford a ride home. We pay for their taxis. We're also giving to the Elks Veterans Fund as well, and I'm a board member on the Elks Veterans Board.
So does that mean you're a veteran?
No, my father is 100% disabled veteran.
Okay. And so what brought you to music? Like, do you have a musical background?
Well, the funny thing about that is I can't carry a tune to save my life. I don't know how to play any instruments, but I really like to party.
And you can carry a road box.
Yeah.
Okay. It's look, we all know we love being here, but it isn't easy to be here, particularly if you don't have financial resources or providing instruments to children to grow the next generation of musicians and give support is a huge gift to those families that want to support their kids but don't have the means because they're working so much. So thank you for that and just bringing talented people together who they need a paycheck too. Like you're also
I got a mortgage.
But you're scrapping and like everyone else, and when you get people together to do something good, it's
absolutely
transformative to
Mark
life.
has been choked up this entire hour.
I said I met David this
We're
morning.
going to make him cry.
No, I just. Let's ugly cry together. I mean, this is also what we started. This is why we do the show. We do the show to promote the things that are going on Cape Cod, in the Outer Cape, and particularly in Provincetown. And
Absolutely.
I want to always give time to people that are giving back.
Thank you.
Because it's.
Can we get a box of tissue?
Calm down.
I won't say that I don't do a lot of work. I do a lot of work, but it wouldn't be possible without the artists, and it wouldn't be possible without the volunteers. Our volunteers are so amazing that not only do they volunteer their time, but a lot of them volunteer their own money. And so it's great.
It's a great event. I'm happy to be a part of it.
So you can get tickets at outercapemusicfest.com.
You can also donate at Outer Cape
Oh,
Music Fest.
yeah, you can if you can't attend.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because you said you couldn't attend the other thing, and I was like, well, you still donate.
What day of the week is June 21st?
Saturday.
Oh, I can't attend.
Oh, but you can donate.
You can donate.
We'll be looking for your donation.
Yeah, exactly. But you also have a show in Wellfleet?
Yes. August 31st on the Wellfleet Pier. We've got Wheatus headlining. We're bringing in a tractor trailer truck stage. They sing Teenage Dirtbag. They were really popular on TikTok. They're on their world tour, and somehow I got them to play on the Wellfleet Pier. Just like somehow I got Electric Six to play in Provincetown. They're also on their world tour. They're going to Australia, England. They're going all over. Somehow we were able to pull them in.
Well, I think it's because
don't miss the shows.
No,
and they're affordable. They're affordable shows. You don't have to pay a fortune to go to our shows because I'm not looking to make a profit. So
right. And you're supporting local people, local communities, local organizations. And you're the only you're the only person to be able to do a concert on the Wellfleet Pier?
One of this magnitude.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, I think we're the only organization that's pulled off a festival of this magnitude.
And that says something about your organization if people are willing to sort of.
Yeah, I'm really bad at getting the answer no. I just keep going back.
Are there local vendors at the one in Wellfleet?
There are. All our vendors.
Well, I say that because the vendors that you had last year were really amazing, and I hope some of them are coming back.
Yes. All of them said that they want to come back.
Oh, great.
And when's the Wellfleet show? You said August?
August 31st.
August
That's
30th.
the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. It's like, we call it Locals Fest, end of summer.
Oh, yeah. They're like, get out of here, tourists. This day is for us. Well, congratulations on what all you do. Please, you guys, go get tickets at outercapemusicfest.com if you can't make a donation. You're going to see some incredible music by a crazy band with international renown. And
Billy and
also-
Darlene.
Yeah, Billy and Darlene. And also these guys. No, and Billy, and you all know Billy Huff and you know Darlene, and they appear everywhere. And it's always a joy to hear them perform together. And Will Heron and his crew is something else. So, and you get to perform at Town Hall,
Yes.
which is really exciting.
And it's like
Beautiful place.
summer solstice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
20%.
So what better
First
way
day
to
of summer.
celebrate?
First day of summer, Pride Month, the band that got famous from Gay Bar. Don't want to miss the show.
It's ticking all the boxes. And how much are tickets?
$50.
$50. So and
And you get to see 4 or 5 different bands.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's $10 a band, and if you don't like one, you can just wait. That's the way it works at a music fest or a comedy fest or anything. Like, oh God, when will this be? Not a solo show, which thankfully people enjoy. I think that's
a show.
Did we get everything we wanted to get?
I think so.
Oh yes, we do have a little bit from Test and Treat. We will leave you with that, right? Yeah. And then we'll go into the out. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. Harrison, please get better. I know we joked at your expense, but please feel better. Thank you all to our guests, and thank you to our sponsors.
The Provincetown Inn, the Provincetown Brewing Company, the Commons, the Boat Slip, and the rest. Wait a minute.
Crown and Anchor, Provincetown Business Guild, and Ptown Tourism.
There we are.
And PTV, which you can also watch the show on. And we're going to leave you with a little something from our friends at Test and Treat. Take it away, Jeff.
Good morning. Wake up in Provincetown. Folks, Test and Treat has you covered for PrEP and STI testing and treatment needs. Same-day access no matter the length of time in the area or your insurance coverage. To schedule, scan the QR code and pick a spot. Or call us at 774-538-3350. We do take walk-ins if we're available, and we always make PrEP access a priority. Now, back to the show.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey! Oh! Hey!
Wake up, wake up.
Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.